Hey, good evening. I hope you're all well. For me, it's Friday evening, and my name definitely still can be Rob today. And welcome to this episode number 123 of Tetrakey TV. Tonight's brought to you from Johannesburg, South Africa. Let's see if any of these boys are going to join us this evening. But normally on Friday evening it's pretty quiet because most people haven't worked it out yet that successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do, and that means working on Friday evenings. Paul in Portland, Oregon has joined us. Hi Paul, I hope you're having a great Friday and that your work with clients we spoke about on Thursday evening went well yesterday. This evening, what do I want to talk about? Well, I haven't finished yet for the day. It's got a lot of work left to do. And last night, I had a full night's sleep. I woke up for 10 minutes for my daughter. Probably the first time that's happened, or maybe the second time that's happened in 13 months. So today has been a super productive day, including finding a 10-minute window whilst drinking coffee in a coffee shop and working out how to do a voiceover the A-Team soundtrack. I'll try and find a way of putting a SoundCloud link or something like that at some point in time around Tetrakey and being a performance accelerator earlier. And yes, Paul, it's bloody freezing. It's cold in South Africa. It's definitely winter in Joburg. And at 5,500 feet above sea level, that makes it a bit chilly as well. What I want to talk about quickly is the difference between shortcuts and nuts cuts. So a shortcut is a means of getting to A to B where you arrive at B and you're there quicker than the person who went the traditional route, and you've saved fuel, you've saved time, you've saved maybe energy, so on and so forth. And a nuts cut is trying to shortcut the shortcut. Now, I am a big shortcuts fan. Anyhow I can get to do something quicker, faster, sooner than anybody else, brilliant. But a nuts cut really is the shortcut. And usually if you were driving, a nuts cut would be when you have the broken vehicle because of the route that you have chosen. A nuts cut in business, I want to talk about that because this is what's come on to me, is everywhere I go on the internet at this point in time, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Google+, not so much LinkedIn, but maybe those four. There's things out there that are saying, oh, we'll get you 2,500 likes, or we'll get you 5,000 likes, or we'll get you 150 or 400 likes for free, or we'll get you 2,500 followers for $50, or whatever it may be. Now listen, there's plenty of shortcuts to growing your social media following, but all of these buy likes sources are nuts cuts. They actually are screwing up your brand. So what do I mean? Well, who do you want to follow you on Facebook? You don't just want a large following. That's just crazy. What you want is your followers to be people who are able now or will be able to in the future to engage with your material and probably purchase it from you. A nuts cut is where you've got 2,500 followers who've been invented by some computer algorithm in China that can register profiles on Instagram or Facebook or something like that at 2,500 a minute. And yes, you get lots and lots and lots of followers, but that isn't really credible. Because none of those things or those people really exist. They're just empty profiles. And if you find anything out in your research around all the social media platforms, you'll find that there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of empty followers. Followers that don't have, or profiles that don't have a business behind them, don't actually have a real person behind them. If they do have a real person behind them, the person manages 1,000 or 2,000 profiles simultaneously, and that's how they get it for you. So if you're going to go and do this stuff, by all means take shortcuts. On Instagram, use all 30 hashtags. Go and click at in the pictures that you put up there. Post 3 times a day. Do lives, do etc, etc. Do everything that you can to leverage on those platforms to get your followers as quickly as humanly possible. But please, whatever you do, don't take nuts cuts. Don't take nuts cuts. You'll find even on Facebook at this point in time, if you want to get extra YouTube subscribers, you can go onto a Facebook page, and if you subscribe to one person's page, they'll subscribe to yours back. But a person who subscribes to yours isn't even interested in what it is you're doing. You're just not credible. You're wasting your time. And here's the big thing. It's going to cost you money at some point in time, because Facebook now only delivers to between 5 and 10% of the people who are liking your page. Only they do that organically. Everything above that you have to pay for. Well, if you've got 2,500 followers on your Facebook page, of which only 100 or 200 are real, they're never ever going to see, with the way the algorithm works, organically what it is you pop up there, and therefore you're going to have to start spending more and more and more and more and more to get that stuff guaranteeably in front of them. And you're not making yourself rich at that point in time, you're making Mark Zuckerberg rich. So whatever you do, take shortcuts, model behaviour, copy behaviour, have behaviour that you choose that you will not copy because it leads to disaster. Don't make the mistakes that rich and famous people have made. Brilliant. Do all of that stuff, but avoid the nuts cuts. Avoid the shortcuts, and it will pay off for you in the long time. Just have that extra little bit of patience. So that's it for me on Friday evening. I've got stuff to do. I've got a video to edit. I've got 2 videos to film. I'm not too sure. I've got stuff to write. And all that's going to happen by 7 o'clock on Monday morning. So let's see how we get on. Have a wonderful weekend. Spend it with friends and family. Just observe the world about you this weekend. Observe what people's problems are and identify how it is that you can solve it. So that's it from me. As I said in Facebook Live and Tetrakey TV yesterday or the day before, for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be answering your specific business or performance acceleration questions. What is it that you would like to know that you don't currently know? Please put a comment below here. And hi Angelique, thanks for joining us. Please put a comment below on YouTube or on Facebook, or if you're seeing this on Instagram, and let us know what it is you'd want to know about. Josh in Canada wants to know about the difference between investing his capital in products for his retail outlet and marketing, and where maybe he should be investing the most amount of money, and our thoughts around that. So we'll be covering that on Monday. But what's your question? Any question on anything. Coaching, business, performance acceleration, how to be happier, whatever you like. Ask a question. Mark and I will do our best to answer it. So have a great weekend. Please leave your questions below or email me, rob@tetrakey.com. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a great weekend.